Aisha, how are you doing today?
Hi, May. I'm good. How are you too?
I'm very excited to be with you. Today, we're talking about the UAE culture. So, it's a very exciting topic, and I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world. Thank you for joining us. Aisha, how you been? You're looking so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, May. Same as you. You're looking amazing. I'm great,
Thank you. I don't
alhamdulillah.
have this beautiful outfit that you're wearing, but yeah, I can't compare with this at all. Aisha, I want to start, and I would love to know when we talk about the history of the United Arab Emirates. Why is it called the United Arab Emirates? What does that mean?
Okay, as the name entails, the United Arab Emirates, there are basically seven emirates who met together and decided to unite all together to provide and have a very strong power front, especially
And what are
after.
the seven Emirates?
Yes, so the seven emirates are Abu Dhabi, which is the capital, Dubai, Al Sharjah, Ajman, Al Qawain, Fujairah, and Ras Al Khaimah.
Okay, so we have seven Emirates. And when did they become united?
So on the 2nd of December 1971, they all became, only six actually, became the United Arab Emirates. And in February 1972, Ras Al Khaimah decided to join again. So it was
So
supposed to be Ras Al Khaimah with them, but then it backed up a little bit. However, after 2 months, it came back.
realize that this is the power, this is
Yes.
the unity. So were they like complete separate kind of states
Yes.
that were not even related to each other?
Yes. Yes. Each state had her own ruling family, which was the powerful family which gave the support for its people. And they decided, since they are in the same region, doing the same economical activities, they decided to all unite to have a powerful name and powerful country.
And that was in 1971.
Yes.
So the six states, and then they joined, Ras Al Khaimah joined after 2 months.
Yes.
This is very interesting. Okay, and when we talk about the Abu Dhabi as a capital, why is Abu Dhabi the capital? When did it become the capital? Also 1971. And what does Abu Dhabi mean?
Okay. So Abu Dhabi, because his Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, may his soul rest in peace, was the person who wanted to initiate this united front. So because it was his initiation, they decided that Abu Dhabi would be the capital. And Abu
Okay.
Dhabi is basically translates into the father of the gazelle, because the gazelle was really abundant in this area, in Abu Dhabi specifically.
Okay. So it basically Abu Dhabi, it means the father of the Ghazal. This is a
Yes.
very nice way of looking at it. I never linked it to the Ghazal.
Yeah.
Um, Abu Dhabi is the capital. You know, when I talk to my friends around the world and I tell them we live in the United Arab Emirates and I mention Abu Dhabi and they tell me, oh, Abu Dhabi, the desert. I want to tell everyone right now, is Abu Dhabi a desert?
No, not completely. It's not all desert. There is a part desert, yes, just for fun now. However, it is a civilized city. You have high, tall buildings, five-star hotels, a lot of ecotourism activities, people driving their cars, there's public transportation. So it's not fully a desert, and there's a lot of different activities that's going on.
Yeah, I've been there and I love it. But how about all the do you have natural islands? Like, do
Yes.
you know how many natural islands do we have in the UAE and Abu Dhabi?
Yes, we have over 250 natural islands that are resided only in the city of Abu Dhabi.
Oh wow. Okay, that's quite a lot. That's a huge place. 250 islands,
Yes.
and all natural, right?
Yes, all natural. Every now and then, some natural islands keep on emerging.
So when we talk about Abu Dhabi, we have the natural islands, of course, we have the mountains, we have the sea,
Yes.
and the desert. So it's a combination of different things. So the landscape is spread in a beautiful diversity. Let's talk a little bit before we step into the landscape and the environment. I want you to tell me about the currency of the United Arab Emirates. What is it?
Okay, so the currency is the Emirati dirham.
Mhm.
However, before they used to have the anat. This is what they used to have, the currency was. Or what they would be exchanging items in terms like as if that they're money. So I give you something and you give me something back.
I love this. I prefer this over anything, but this is the old days now. So the currency is dirhams, and that is basically what you have been using for how long now? Since the United Arab Emirates came to it became a United Arab Emirates, or
Yes.
also previously?
No, since the United Arab Emirates became the United Arab Emirates. Yeah.
United. Okay, all right. Now let's talk more about now the environment and the animals. So I've heard that in the United Arab Emirates, specifically in Abu Dhabi, you have Dagong,
The Dugongs, you mean?
the dugong, exactly.
Yes.
It's the sea cow, right?
Yes, yes.
What do you call that in Arabic? The sea cow.
الطوم البحر.
Okay, all right.
بقرة البحر.
بقرة البحر.
Yeah.
So tell me more about it. I saw on the internet and it was very interesting. You want to share?
Yes, so the Abu Dhabi has the second largest population of dugongs right after Australia. So we have over 3,000 dugongs coming here every year during their roaming around the oceans to graze on our sea grass that we have in Abu Dhabi.
So did you make it on purpose for them, for the dugong to come and visit you?
Well, when
Or
it comes
was naturally there?
naturally, when it comes to nature, it is whatever the nature brings. So once they, Sheikh Zayed, may his soul rest in peace, realized that there's a lot of them coming here, through Environment Agency, he decided that we have to protect them because they're such an endangered species.
3,000. This is a huge number after Australia. Amazing. I mean, this is only I researched it. I mean, earlier, and I'm like, whoa! I didn't expect that this is the second capital worldwide after Australia, and they come and visit you.
Yes.
Well, this is about the dugong, and now we want to talk about the falcons. I read that falcons in the UAE is a sign of pride. Tell me more about it.
Okay, so the falcon is the companion of the owner. So the falcon is usually used for hunting, especially in the old days. However, now it's a very nice Emirati sport that a lot of people practice. So yes, now it's like a sport, Emirati type of Emirati sport.
Okay.
One piece of information that you might be very interested in is we have the largest falcon hospital in Abu Dhabi. So this hospital, yes,
Wow.
this hospital is only for falcons. It is a falcon hospital, it is a falcon hotel as well, and it has all the veterans who are specifically dealing with falcons.
I would love to go and visit the hospital one day. Maybe you can take me there.
Yes, sure, I'll be very happy to.
I believe falcons are quite spoiled also.
Oh, yes.
They have hotel, they have a hospital, they have everything.
And they,
yeah, sorry, go
I
ahead.
want to tell you that they could get a seat on Etihad Airways, and because they're falcons, they have passports. So Etihad Airways is the only airline that allows for you to have the falcon right next to you on the cabin.
And that happens. I mean,
yes,
falcons do travel.
yes, they do travel.
They don't want to fly. If they're tired of flying, they use the airplane.
Yes, they go. They sit in the business class.
Business class?
Yes.
I wish I was a falcon. Okay, so this is we talk about the falcon. Now, there was an interesting thing. I was quite amused that you love dogs, and specifically the Saluki dog. Can you tell us more about the Saluki dog and what is this amazing relationship that the UAE nationals have with the Saluki dog?
Yes, so the Saluki dog is the greatest companion of the owner. So they used to use them a lot. They helped them in hunting in the past, and since like this is dating back till 5,000 years ago, and the Saluki is very loyal. So Wherever the owner would go, they will go with him. Wherever the owner would sleep, they would sleep with him. Whatever the owner would eat, they would also eat with the same exact food. So
They can eat everything as a
they
dog?
can, yeah, yes, they would be eating whatever they would be provided by the owner. So it's not, it's very weird. However, this is the situation, that the dogs would be, the Saluki dog would be eating whatever the owner would be eating. Yeah.
That's quite easy because usually dogs have specific food and you have to be very careful. So Saluki is amazing that he can eat everything.
Yeah.
And they would actually sleep where the owner sleeps
Yes.
also.
Yes, and protect them as
Like
well.
restaurant. Okay. Aisha, and now I want you to tell me about the camels. I've heard that you have an actual festival, Al Dafra Festival, where you have a beauty contest in it. So can you just give me an idea of what were the camels used before and now? Like what's the difference between the past and the present moment?
In the past, the camels were used as a mode of transportation, also a mode of nutrition. So they used to use them to have some milk, meat, and also a type of clothing or building a tent. That was in the past, but just because the camels are very durable in the desert, and as we know that it is the ship of the desert, so they won't require a big amount of water or food. Now, as you mentioned in the Dhafra Festival and in the Wathba Festival, there is this beauty pageant for the camels, in which a committee of camel owners who are very experienced, they sit together and see the camels coming by like any beauty pageant, and the winner camel would be having saffron water on their face, and they would make them wear real heavy gold, and the owner would be also winning an amount of money.
And then he will, and then the owner of the camel will take all this gold as the winner, right?
Yes, yes, the gold and the money.
So now I'm going to the Falcon hospital, and the hotel of the Falcons, of course, and we're visiting the pigeon contest. I have to go.
Yes.
The Dhafra. Inshallah, if I got the chance, because I know it's usually only for the camel owners, and it's a very unique, special event.
Yeah.
Am I right? It's open for everyone to visit.
It is open for everyone.
It's open for everyone to visit.
You can see the contest. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, well, definitely we'll have a we'll have a chat about it.
I'll be very happy to take you around.
Thank you. Now we had an idea about United Arab Emirates, Abu Dhabi as a capital. We spoke about the currency, some environmental factors, the 250 natural islands only in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And now what I'm really interested to know about is family. So as a family, do you all live together under one house? Like, is it like, for example, your parents and the kids live in an apartment, or do you live with the grandparents? How does it work?
So the family here, we tend to stick all together. So the grandparents would be living with their children and their grandchildren. So it is a thing that we are very happy with, is to have the whole family all together. For me, I think of it like the Arabian oryx. So the Arabian oryx, they always stick together as a family. They never separate. If they separated, that means that it is danger for that person. I think, and this is a thing that we took from the nature, to stick always together.
And now, where are you shooting from? Are you at which house?
I'm shooting from my grandparents' house.
So it's from your do you live with your grandparents?
Yes, I've spent like most of my years here. I was brought up here in my grandparents' house. However, I moved out recently, like 2-3 years back.
So when we talk about you live under one roof, the grandparents, the mom and dad, the parents, and then the children, and there will be also, for example, your cousins, in case your mother or father has a sibling.
Yes.
And you live all together as one big family.
Yes.
Actually, do you like it? Do you like living in one big family?
Yes, because there's so many activities to do. You know, each person has their own personality. Each person has their own perspective, and you get to see the different perspectives all in one house.
All in one house. How about your privacy? Do you feel like you still have your privacy?
Privacy, yes, it's still there because we were raised to provide privacy for each other. So no one
Okay.
would be intruding much.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
like one big family. You feel part of it, but then you have your own
Yeah.
privacy, your life, and it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's a mix, and it's like unspoken rules in a
Yeah,
way.
unspoken rules. However, personally, I don't mind that, but maybe some others would think that there is some sort of invasion of privacy. So, just like a disclaimer.
So, but I tried living under one roof. I find it very interesting because different cultures have different backgrounds. But I also felt I had one Emirati friend, and she told me we feel proud and we feel secure and we feel comfortable when we live under one big house.
True, true. This is the feeling that comes from that. You always have someone who's asking, looking after you, making sure that you've had your food for the day, making sure that you've been well during the day and no one is hurting you. In case someone hurted you, they would be coming and asking you what's going on. Let's cheer you up. You know, you always have that person who you think who believes that is always there for you and has your back.
So I sense it's a lot of love and support
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
culture.
yeah, yeah, and unity as well. So all together, we're very strong.
Okay, it's only between us. Nobody is seeing us as you can see, not the
Okay.
world. Who's your favorite, your grandma or your grandpa?
Um, I can't say, but I love them both.
It's okay, they're not hearing you, I think.
I
So
love
you
them
have a
both.
strong relationship with your grandparents.
Yes, yes, especially my grandma.
Yeah.
When I was a child, I would be waking up really early in the morning and just follow her. I see her do the Arabic coffee. I see her cook the breakfast, and then for the lunch, it's a really nice experience to sit right next to her, and she would be also let you help her do the cooking, which was very nice.
That's beautiful. This is
Yeah.
a great memory to grow up with. Um, Aisha, I can sense so much passion. We talk about your family and the unity. What's your background? What did you study, and what's your passion in life?
Okay, so I'm a graduate of Zayed University. I did the bachelor's in environmental science and sustainability. I've been in love with nature since I was a child. I've had a lot of trips from in Abu Dhabi on Al Batin beach specifically, and I would be going also to the desert, camping sometimes with the family. And since then, I've been very curious about the nature, what's going on, seeing the fish, seeing the crabs in the beach or in the desert. It was
Mm.
very curious. I was very curious about it. So that's why I went and studied that major.
Are you being now involved in any kind of eco-friendly, campaigns or support? Like, what's new in Abu Dhabi? Like, what's happened when it comes to the environment?
So I'm part of, I am a UAE Ambassador for Nature, which is an initiative that was done and initiated between Emirates Nature Foundation and
Mhm.
Environment Agency, in which they elected 20 youth ambassadors. So it's a program for youth from the age of 15 until the age of 30 to make a voice of youth from youth to youth.
And you mentioned that also Abu Dhabi has an initiative to do with the plastic. What is the initiative for next year?
Yes, so next year in 2021, the goal is to ban the single use plastics.
Oh, ban it completely.
Ban it. You won't be finding
That
single
means
use
for the United
plastic.
Arab Emirates.
Yes, you won't be finding any single use plastics laying around or even in the shops.
This is a great, beautiful
Yeah,
initiative.
I'm
Okay.
looking really forward for it.
Prepared for
Yes.
it. Well, what your passion is interesting because I don't usually have around my friends who are they're not very much responsible for the environment, and I can sense it. It's how important it is, and the fact that you're passionate about the environment, it shows how loving it is to your country
Yeah.
and to Abu Dhabi, and the fact that you have all these natural islands, it's great to protect it. So
Yes.
I'm glad to know that you're passionate about the environment, Aisha. And now I'd like to talk about the local attire.
Okay.
So, so usually I see in the malls and the shops beautiful ladies wearing abayas with nice designs.
Mm,
But right now, I usually see them in black. You have
yeah.
beige color, you have different colors, but mostly black. But now I see a beautiful, colorful abaya that you're wearing.
Yes.
Is this all attire?
This is the home attire basically. So it's not the attire that I'll be wearing while I'm going to the mall. So here I'm wearing the shela. This is a very simple shela. It's very
Mhm.
light, you know, for while you're staying at home. And
Yeah.
I'm wearing kandura, which is the attire under.
Wow.
And
Okay.
this is the thobe, which is the same fabric as the shela, for like being fancy, you know.
But I love also what you're wearing on your hands. Can I see? Is it gold?
Yes, this is my mom's actually.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm
Yes,
glad that she
yes,
let you borrow it.
yes. I'm glad too.
It's
So
absolutely
this is
gorgeous.
the Emirati. It's not Emirati as much as it's coming from India. So this is, we call it chef, because you wear it on your hand.
It's called chef.
Yes.
Chef.
Yes.
Okay.
So
All
it's
right.
like a bracelet with 3 rings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can see it's quite like you can. It's very. It's quite large, with beautiful art. It's very artistic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what you wear at home when you have visitors.
VVVIP visitors, you know, or in
I.
or in celebrations usually.
Okay, when you have celebration, this is the outfit, and this is
Yeah.
also can be for when the men are at home too, right? So
The men, they either could be brothers or father or a husband or uncles.
okay,
Yeah.
and this is where you dress up. How
Yeah.
about I mean, this is gorgeous, mashallah. I feel like it's like very smooth. What kind of cloth is it? Is it the
This is
in Arabic we
silk.
call it
The kandura is silk.
silk? It's silk.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. I can feel it from here that it's silk.
Very nice.
Beautiful attire. I love it.
Thank
How
you.
about men? What do men dress as?
So the men usually dress with the basic white kandura, which is, the fabric is very light, and no matter what time they wear it, it's still suitable for them. It is a white kandura, and the headwear here, it changes. So they have qatra and igal.
Okay.
So qatra is like, it's very
Qatra.
similar to
How you
ghutra.
pronounce it? Qatra.
Ghutra.
Okay. Ghatra, ghatra.
Ghutra.
Okay.
Yes, ghutra.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I don't want to compare it to my shela because it's different. However, it's usually in a square shape, in which they make it into a triangular shape.
By the way, I'm getting so many questions here from USA, Germany, different countries, but I will come back to you at the end of the session. Please stay with us. I will be answering all your questions. I have quite interesting questions, but we will continue now. And we spoke about the attire. Now, where are you? I mean, you're seated in your grandparents' house, but where exactly?
I'm
Is it
sitting
like
in the majlis.
in the majlis?
Yes.
What does majlis mean?
Okay, so the majlis is basically the place where all important meetings happen. So in our culture, a lot of men used to gather around in the majlis to discuss a lot of societal issues that they're facing. And usually the ruler of the tribe would be sitting there and giving them wise advice regarding the situation that they're having. So in
Okay.
each and every house, you would be finding a majlis. And this majlis would be dedicated either for the males at a time or for the females at a time.
So you don't mix together. It's
No.
either males or females.
Yeah. The
Okay.
mixing only happens just in case when if it is my brother, father, uncle, husband, or nephew.
Okay, so when it's basically the closest people who
Yes,
can,
yes.
yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Who can see you without, for example, Shayla and
Yes.
your clothes. Okay. And is the majlis quite big? Is it like you get to sit on the chair or is it on the floor?
It depends on the people who would like to have the majlis, either on the floor or on a little bit high chair.
Since we spoke about the majlis here, I'm starving, but I'm not gonna be able to eat since we are doing live now.
Yeah.
I would like to know more because whenever you visit a country, the first thing that you think of, what is it? The
Food.
food.
Of
Exactly.
course.
So, what food did you make for us today?
Okay, so today I have a list of food for you. I have appetizers or snacks at the same time and main dishes. So I've
Okay.
prepared balalit, I've prepared لقيمات and
Okay, ma.
خبز
This is
الرقاق.
right? We eat it usually in Ramadan
Yes,
for us.
yes.
Oh my God, this is. I would like to tell everybody with us, gemat is the yummiest thing you can ever have. The sweet, you're already feeling it, yeah.
Yes.
And it's a little bit fattening, you know. It's a little bit or too much.
Little bit.
Comment on that. It's just delicious.
Yes, yes.
And if you eat it, you will not stop. If you ever come to the UAE, I would say, in my opinion, the first thing you're gonna try is the gemat.
Yes.
If we have some groups that would like to come, and we have some questions here also,
Yeah.
if we have some group that would like to come and visit the UAE, especially Abu Dhabi, and if you'd like to have a tour and understand the culture, is there some kind of arrangement for that?
Yes, there is a possibility for that. Now, this is a very curated session, webinar for you to guys to see. However, if you'd like to have more sessions or similar activities, you may communicate with the Department of Culture Convention Bureau team, in which they would be guiding you through the process of booking such experiences.
So they can book online for these
Yes,
experiences?
yes, even abroad.
Okay. So through the website, I believe it's Abu Dhabi Convention Bureau?
It's actually DCT Abu Dhabi.
DCT Abu Dhabi.
They go to the Convention Bureau department, and from there they can communicate with the concerned individual.
And would you be able to take large groups also?
Yes, so this majlis could take up to 20, but we could go up to 200 individuals in a majlis, but not in this one. It would be in a different majlis, organized and owned by the Crown Prince Office. So basically in Abu Dhabi, we have a majlis that is dedicated for each area. So in our area here, we have, for example, Al-Batin Majlis. So this majlis, the men would usually go and have their discussions there. Even weddings, celebrations could go there, engagement parties for the male side. And, but for the females, it's usually at home. Those majlises are really big, so that they could hold up to 200 individuals.
Okay, so they can book an appointment, and companies or individuals, they can come and have a proper taste of the culture from all its elements.
Yes, yes.
That's great. Aisha, I have so many questions and I'm worried about the time, so I'm gonna start asking some questions because I have here from USA, Germany, India, Italy, and other countries. Yes, yes. Ireland, United Kingdom. Oh, that's quite interesting. Okay, I'll start with the USA question. Are you ready to answer?
Yes.
Fantastic. How many families typically live in an Emirati home? All the parents, children, and their families. And when are this is a funny question. When are the children expected to move out?
Okay. Well, I'll answer the last question first. Never.
Okay.
Never. They're never expected to move out. If they're gonna be moving out, either the girl would be moving out to her husband's house with his family, or after maybe the 5th child.
Oh,
they will
wow.
be moving out.
If
So
there's not enough space.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. When they reach that time. So the families depend on each family, how big it is. Some families have around 5 kids, 5 children, and some families have even more. So whenever it's the point where there's no more space in that location, then it's the time for them to move out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And typically, how many people are you in one home, approximately?
And it could range from 15 to like 30, 40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Depends on
Okay.
the because grandchildren would be also staying with the grandparents and their family, cousins, everyone.
To answer your question, they never move out. Okay.
No.
I have a question here from Germany. When are the children able to start joining or allowed in the majlis? So I'm not sure what age they're asking here, but I'm assuming maybe 10, 11. What typically happens inside a majlis for a men's gathering? We actually, yeah, or women's gathering. So they would like to know what happens in the majlis and if children can be part of the majlis.
Children are always being welcomed in the majlis since they were like babies, you know. So they can be in the majlis. Um, Children's also usually like at the age of 10 they could be because in our culture the youngest person would be the one who's serving the Arabic coffee.
Were you the one who's serving the coffee?
No, not only the guys, only the boys,
Ah,
not the
the
girls.
guy. Okay, okay,
Only the
okay.
boys, yeah.
All right.
But also for the females, I do also help in serving the coffee and the tea.
Okay.
So in the
In the majlis typically, like for you mentioned, like the men they discuss business, they discuss
Yeah.
different elements. But for example, for women, what do you do in the
For
majlis?
women, it's just like a gathering, seeing each other, catching up on whatever business each lady is up to, and a little bit of gossip, you know.
Gossip, it has to be part of the majlis.
Has to be, has to be.
Healthy gossip, I would call it maybe.
Inshallah.
Okay, India. I have a question here from India. How do the children show respect to their elders? Because I think also in India this is very important, respecting the elderly. Is there a special greeting they need to say? And how much have the early Indian traders influenced the Emirati culture?
Oh wow, this is a
So
great question.
this is an interesting question. So
Okay.
it's two questions. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
start with how do you show respect to the elderlies?
So for the elderlies, we usually greet them "Salam alaikum, shakhbarkum," like hello, how are you? And there's always a kiss on the hand or
Okay.
a kiss on the forehead. It's usually
You,
the
the child kiss usually, or the younger
child.
person.
Yeah, the child or the grandchildren would kiss the grandfather or the father on their head. Also for the grandmother or the mother.
Okay.
So this is the way of how we show respect to our grandparents or the elderly. How the Indian trade impacted our Emirati society, actually, it has a very big impact. Like now we have the biryani, which is originated from India. So
Oh, but it's originally Indian.
yes, originally Indian. But now here we have it in a different Emirati taste just because each woman would be having her own mixture of spices. So
Yeah.
even spices before always used to come from India. So a lot of spices was coming from India.
Indian
for-
spices are amazing.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and
yeah.
for some point, some people would also call the currency rupiah, just because they were part of the Emirati Indian trade pathway. So even now, it's kind of very hard for them to say dirham. So they would say rupiah, as like in a rupee.
Yeah. Yeah. They didn't get to after the United Arab Emirates having the dirhams.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so as you can see, your question is quite valid, and you still have a huge impact on the Emirati
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
I have a question here from Italy. Is what you're wearing an abaya? It is very colorful. So they think the abaya is always black, and they're asking how come it's colorful. Which I asked you this question earlier
Yeah.
because this is where you stay at home. Like this is how you dress up at home.
Yeah. So the abaya usually is black, but because everyone thinks that black is the most modest color. So the purpose of a abaya is to present modesty. So now we have a lot of people wearing white, green, brown, gray abayas, and
Oh,
that's
so you have
fine.
different colors, only
Yes,
black.
we have different colors. As long as it's modest, then it is a proper abaya.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, this is a abaya, and now it's coming in different colors.
Yes,
In
yes.
modern,
And different
modern.
embroideries also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, from Canada, are all celebrations, holidays only based on Islamic religion, or do you also have other celebrations as a country?
We also have other celebrations as a country. For instance, the Emirati National Day, which is the 2nd of December of every year. We
Okay.
have 2 days off, and we celebrate. We have our streets lit with different lightings, celebrating the year of the. Like for instance, this year it would be year 49th. Since the United Arab Emirates became the United Arab Emirates,
Yeah.
and people would be going to the streets. We will have some airplane shows coming in and showing the Emirati flag, and so many other celebrations that we do. Schools
But
celebrate.
also it's a multicultural environment. I mean, I usually also not as a Emirati specifically, but
Yeah,
in the country we have international people,
yeah,
and they usually celebrate other than Islamic celebrations. For
yes,
example, Christmas.
yes, yes. These celebrations happen on their own personal level, however, not publicly.
Okay.
Yet we also do, like in some malls there would be some decorations, some sales because of Christmas, depending
Yeah.
on the chains. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I also seen it around, and it's also very beautiful. And I like also the Ramadan celebrations where it goes
Oh
all
yeah.
around
Yeah.
the street. It's beautiful. Okay, I have a question here from France. Interesting question. How did the people cope or are coping with the current COVID-19? What is different from before to now? Everything. So how are you coping, Aisha? How are people coping with COVID-19 in the United
Alhamdulillah, I
States?
say thanks God that we're very blessed with the ruling family, which they are putting a lot of efforts to maintaining our safety and maintaining the spread of the disease.
Aisha, we were talking about when you talk about the COVID and the changes, what else has happened? Like, do you wear masks all the time? I mean, has it affected you on a personal level?
Yes, the quarantine has affected us, and everyone leaving the house should be wearing a mask. And even walking in the streets, they all have to be wearing a mask. We're trying our best to cope with the situation. However, we understand that it is for the safety of the people.
Of
Yeah,
course, just
yeah.
with everybody around the world. Okay, and now I have a question from Ireland. Are we able to book this majlis experience to visitors or groups? I think this question was in the beginning before
Yeah.
we spoke about it. What is the ideal group size? We can mention that again. I believe maximum up to 200, right?
Yes, yes, up to 200. Booking has to be prior, like 2 weeks or 1 month, so that we can
Yeah.
arrange with the venue.
Okay, and let's mention again that you can book through DCT Abu Dhabi. You can go online and they can do their booking.
Yes, through Abu Dhabi Convention Bureau, which is part of DCT, a
Yeah.
department in DCT. Yes.
I hope that answered your question. And now I'm going to be able to answer two more questions just based on the time. I'm sorry, the questions are coming, but I can take two more questions. United Kingdom, question from United Kingdom we have here. Will the food be cooked by the house, majlis, or are the catering companies that you work with serve the food for the groups? Can we have the mix of men and women in our group booking for this experience? So they want to know in the majlis if they can have a group of mix of men and women sitting in the majlis.
Yes, for this situation, it is acceptable because there are people coming and exploring our culture. So the separation doesn't happen. Everyone can sit with their family, no problem. And for the food, it is because if it's a very large group, a group of over 50, then we would be asking a catering company to provide the food. However, if they're less than 50, it would be cooked in-house.
Cooked in-house,
Yes.
okay. So it would be nice to have the cooked in-house. But even when it comes to catering company, they have also the local food.
Yes, yes.
Which
Yes,
almost
we have special restaurants who only cater for Emirati food.
okay.
Yeah.
Everyone, I'm sorry, I can take only one last question. Here is the United Arab Emirates expat resident.
Oh.
Can we expect the Emirati culture to evolve further with the growing influence of expatriates in the UAE?
This is a tricky question.
I can answer it.
but
I feel I live in the UAE, so
yeah.
and I see there's a little bit of evolvement, but I also feel that your culture is still very strong.
Yes, alhamdulillah, because our culture also teaches tolerance to other cultures, to other religions. We welcome everyone to our culture. However, we always make sure that we are sticking to our traditions and our culture perspective.
I love what you said about tolerance. So when you say you are tolerant to other cultures and evolving, but yet you keep
Yes,
traditions,
yes. It is
and
part
this
of
is how
our,
it really,
yeah, it is
yeah.
part of our traditions actually. Yeah.
Okay. But you still sense of evolving, and you
Yes,
still sense
yeah,
that
definitely,
mixture.
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to answer more questions. I'm gonna jump now into the food. Can you tell me more about the menu for today? What have you prepared for us?
Okay, I have prepared balalit, which is a sweet dish. I have
Yeah.
prepared القيمات. It's the famous القيمات that everyone knows about, and رقاق bread.
Favorite?
Yeah,
And what?
رقاق bread. It's like the Emirati crispy crepe.
Okay.
Okay, this is for the appetizer, snack, or breakfast, for example. But for the main dish, we've prepared haris,
Mm-hmm.
we've prepared tharid, and machbous, which is the rice. So haris is basically wheat
Yeah.
mixed with meat or chicken separately, not at the same time, and beaten into a very sticky consistency.
I'm getting really, really hungry because there's things you're talking about I know of. I tried Harry's and it's the yummiest thing. It's just,
It
I
is.
already feel it.
Yeah.
Gemat for the sweets. Everyone who's watching right now, you need to try Gemat. I mean, from my
Yes,
experience.
you'll find it
And
everywhere.
the
And it is
Arabic version of crepe, what is it called again?
رقاق bread. خبز
God,
الرقاق. Yeah.
yes, that's also. I need to try the rest of the food. The mahbous, it's called mahbous.
مچبوس.
Machbous.
مچبوس. So it's the Emirati version of rice and chicken or meat or fish.
Talking about rice, okay, I prepared just a simple rice here because I know that usually you eat with your hands.
Yes.
I
We do our
love
hands.
eating with my hands. I love it, but whenever I do, my family makes fun of me because I don't know how to do it properly.
Actually, it's healthier to eat with your hands.
It's fun, right? I
Yes,
love it.
it's fun and
So
healthy, so it's fine.
and healthy.
Yes.
It's very healthy. So I would like you to show me now how can I eat with my hands.
Okay.
I have a very simple rice here. Can I see what you cooked for us today? I mean for you because I
This
can't
is
eat.
مچبوس DI.
Oh my, okay. This is looks very delicious. I haven't had my lunch yet, so you're getting me really hungry. Okay, I'm gonna hold my simple rice plate
Yes.
and I'd like you to show me how can I eat with my hands.
Okay, so first of all, you make sure that your hands are really clean because you never know where your hands has been. And
I wash my hands, yeah.
yes, and then you hold the rice,
Uh-huh.
kind of make them united together into a small clump.
Okay, is it
And
falling
then
down?
make sure that you have your thumb free so that you push it into your mouth.
Okay.
So it's like,
My rice is not very yummy and they're not coming together, so it's not working.
now this is one version. There's another
Okay.
version in which they do it usually for the kids. They literally make it into a bowl like this.
Okay.
So it's like this size. So whenever you
Okay.
feeding it to a child, it would be easier for them to have.
Okay, my rice are not coming like that together because they're very dry. I don't think I know how to cook rice.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yours looks so delicious. Okay,
Thank you.
but I
Thank
learned. So
you.
there's the bowl and there's just like doing it with the tip of the fingers.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now we learned it. I hope to practice and then do it properly.
Inshallah.
Then my family won't make fun of me. They say just you don't know how to eat with your hands. So yeah. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Aisha, for teaching me how to eat with my hands. I'm looking forward to try it at the majlis and try all the yummy food that you have prepared, inshallah, in the near future. Before we end our session, I would like you to teach me some of the very unique Khaliji, let's say United Arabic Emirates words. How do you say hello in Arabic?
Assalamu alaikum or ya marhaba milayin.
Ya marhaba mlayin, like hello a million.
Yes, not 1 million.
A million hello. Okay, how do you say how are you?
شخباركم شعلومكم. So
This is for the like, but when you want to talk to a girl, how do you say it?
شخبارك.
Shakhbarich,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And for the man, you say
شخبارك.
شو اخبارك.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you wanna flirt, let's say, if you wanna talk to your wife, or your love, how do you say
Um,
nice words?
okay, for the lady, for the guys, they can say محلوة, which means you're looking beautiful today, or
Mhm.
محلو, if for the lady to say to her husband, you're looking good today.
Okay,
This is
that's
the
a
only
nice
type of
version of it.
flirting I
Yeah.
can give.
I know there's more, but yeah, okay, I'll leave it there. Okay, so we said hello. How do you say, for example, when somebody is leaving, when I say goodbye, how do you say it in Arabic?
We say فمان الله, which
في أمان الله.
yes, which translates in God's safety.
And God save you, and God blessings.
Yes.
That's a beautiful word. في
Yes.
أمان الله. Okay, and there's something called mashkur, which is thank you. Like,
Yeah, مشكور أو مشكورة. مشكور
Mash-
for a guy, مشكورة for a lady.
okay, so do you teach all these words for them when they come to the majlis, when they
Yes,
come on
yes.
trip?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
the
is
wording.
very exciting because they want to know how to communicate with everyone.
If I want to tell you now that I love you, how do I say it in the
In
Local way.
Emirati, so it's like for a lady أحبك, for a guy أحبك.
أحبك عائشة. So I love you,
حبيبتي.
Aisha. Yeah.
تسلمي.
Okay, before I would like to end, we spoke about the food, which is something dear to my heart, and I've tried some of it, and it's absolutely delicious. I want to end it with the folklore dance.
Yes, the rasfa or عيالة.
Yes, tell me about it.
So in the past, the rasfa was a way to show the other tribes how strong the men of this tribe is. But now it's more of a performance for the men. So they would be having their stick. They will be standing side by side, holding each other's hand, and having the stick on the other hand. And they will be lifting it up and down depending on the music. And there would be someone who would be having the drums. There would be someone who would be having a fake gun or a fake rifle in which they would be twirling it up and down and throwing it. It is a sport here. And the song would be going on and on until the end. But this is the only celebration, like it's done during celebrations, weddings. Usually, even in the National Day, they do such.
It's only men, or you also have women dancing?
So the women would be just whipping their hair right and left. So there will be only one line, few ladies. But most of the time, the ladies are not there. Only for very, very big celebrations, yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to view it now. We'll have a look of how the dance is done. And it's called Al-Ayyala dance, right? Ayyala folklore dance.
Rasfa or Ayyala. There's two different types.
How do you say the first one?
Rasfa.
Rasfa.
Yes.
Rasfa or Ayyala, and it's used in big celebrations.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, that's I've also seen some of it, but I'd like to experience more when I come. Maybe in Al Dhafra, when you have the camel pigeon contest,
Yes.
will be definitely the folklore Ayala dancing also.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah. Aisha, I had such a pleasure talking to you. I've learned so much about the UAE culture. I've learned about Abu Dhabi and all the natural islands that you have, and your passion for taking care of the environment and your delicious food. So there's so much to know more. I hope many of you who are watching us would be able to come one day to the UAE, to Abu Dhabi, and see everything in real life and experience it, inshallah, very soon.
Thank you so much, May, for the interview. I've really enjoyed it and hope to see you soon in Abu Dhabi. And I hope that I can host you, inshallah, in the majlis.
I'm really looking forward because you made me so hungry seeing all the food. I'm looking forward to be at the majlis. But I want to ask you before we end the session. So now, since we're about to end it, at the majlis, when you finish, like if you had because I've come before to a local house, and you very welcoming. I have seen how you welcome people. The kind of different food that I've been hosted before. But at the end you have something called the bakhur ceremony.
Yes. So at the end of the visit, after you've eaten and your stomach is really full, before leaving, we say goodbye in a way that is like we're gonna make you leave the house with a full tummy and smelling really good.
Okay, so you end up going out with a beautiful smell.
Yes, so it's the bukhur is basically incense burner with different perfumes. Oud, it could be a different smell with musk maybe, and these are just basically part. It just it goes right into the clothes, so the food smell won't stick there. The perfume still, yeah, the perfume smell would be sticking there rather than the food smell.
You're walking by, people can smell it all around you.
Yes, yes. And it
That's
is
a
a
beautiful
thing.
way.
It is a thing that in the past ladies used to do it, because when a lady come and visits one house, if she's going to the other house, if she enters there, they go like, "You're smelling really good. Where have you been?" So she would say, "I was in your neighbor's house." So it's like a competition between the ladies.
I love the competition.
Yeah.
That's a nice way of competing with a beautiful
Yeah.
smell. Well, when I come over, I'll try to. I will definitely have the bakhur, right?
Inshallah, inshallah.
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 Thanks again. Thanks once again, Aisha. I know there's so many questions. I have more questions coming. I would love to ask you, but it's hopefully we'll be able to do another session in the future.
Inshallah.
There's a lot to know more about the UAE culture. We covered just a teeny weeny
Very
little bit.
tiny, yes.
Yeah, with a tiny couple of questions, and I got to know more about your culture. I take pride to be living in the UAE, and I have such a beautiful. The people there are very welcoming, and I thank you for being a great host. Your country is absolutely a beautiful country.
Thank you, thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Aisha. Have a lovely day, everyone around the world. I'd say good morning, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.